What's up, guys? This is the Freaks of Friendship podcast. Today we have me introducing it. Just a podcast where we just talk about random shit with friends and just give our opinions about stuff. Today we have Danny,
Hey guys, they might call me Coach.
Cargo,
Yo, so we had this discussion. I'm just going to bring it up now. So we had this discussion where my name has been said once, and it is Zach. So if they call me Zach, which they won't, I'm also Cargo.
whatever you say, Cargo. And we also have a special guest today, Megan.
Oh, that's me.
Great. And we have myself, Chung Sing, as always. Today there's like a few different topics that we want to talk about. The first topic is if you guys had a superpower, or if you guys could have any superpower, what superpower would you want to have?
Okay, so whenever I ever had this question asked, there's always like a downside. Like there has to be a catch, right? You can't just get a superpower. There has to be some negative. Right?
Like kryptonite for Superman or something like that?
Sure. Yeah, exactly like that.
Sure.
So like let's say you were able to fly, right? But let's say the downside to that was flying was like sprinting at 120% the entire time. Like would you actually fly? Like probably not. You'd be sweaty as hell every time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Sure. Like, say it takes like the same physical exertion, but like you still didn't answer the question, Cargo. What would you want to have if you
If I had any power, no downsides?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't prepare that, so I got to think about that.
All right,
Great.
I can go.
All right, Danny.
All right, I think easily the best superpower is time control.
Time control.
Yeah, it would just be amazing. It's like you could just do things and I guess not have to worry about the repercussions. And like that sounds bad when you say it that way.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, Danny, but you can continue.
It'd be nice to like be able to pause time. Like let's say, I don't know, I think back, like let's think about school. You could pause if you had a test and like do way better. Or if you like made some mistake that you felt really bad about, you could go back in time so you didn't make the mistake and you're Mr. Perfect. Now maybe people start hating you because you never mess up, but then you go back in time and make it so they don't hate you. I don't know. I've always thought time travel is really cool.
Would your catch be though that you like cause ripples in time or like you mess up history? But, like if you go back in time.
We could do a catch like you couldn't undo something that already happened, I guess. Yeah, so you couldn't go back in time. Or maybe you could. So like, going forward in time doesn't really make sense, does it?
Yeah, say if you can't go back in time, what's the point of time travel?
Well, you can pause.
I've actually thought about time travel a lot. So, like, if you're able to freeze time, what freezes in that time? Are you still able to breathe the air? Are you still able to like interact with objects? Like, is just people frozen, or is there just concept of time frozen? Like that's the part that like the physics of that doesn't really make sense to me. And going back in time as well, it's like there would be two of you in the past then, right? Then you're causing this chance for there to be like a butterfly effect from there.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it like the Harry Potter style where you go back, but you also see your old self? Or is your old self no longer there and you just like are your older self with the knowledge of the future?
So I kind of saw a good explanation of this in Umbrella Academy. So spoiler, not really spoiler, but one of the characters in the show can time travel. And there's one point in the show where he like rewinds time, and that was kind of how he time travels. So I like to think if I go back in time, I'm not like, there's not two of me in that existence. It's like I kind of just had my body rewind up until that point, and then like that is now a reality.
So it would be like my second thing where you go back, you are the same person, just you have the knowledge of what happens in the future if you were to do like a specific thing.
Yeah. So I think it gets weird when you talk about like aging and stuff, but
what if you
forget
like,
about that?
Time travel, but you're like okay, there's a movie. It's like about time. That's what he does. He goes into a dark place, okay, and he finds out that he can time travel, but he turns back into the body that he was at that time. Kind of thing. So if he travels 2 years ago, then he's 2 years younger. Or if he's like a kid, he travels back to when he was a child. But he's just still in his body. He's still himself. He has his knowledge, but like he always has to go back to his present day, which is then the future, I guess, in some sense.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. So I guess you couldn't go back to like the 1960s. Spoiler, I'm not that old.
I thought you were that old. So that's interesting. Yeah, time travel is one I've probably thought about a lot. For me, yeah, I don't know, probably like flying. Even if there was the physical exertion part of it, it's like people run marathons. Like I would just train it, and I feel like that'd be much more fun to train than running.
Yeah, it would be really cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, Megan, what would you want to do?
I would want teleportation. I think that would be because you could be anywhere at any place just without any, I don't know, fuss of traveling, I guess. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah,
Can
that was
you
my
bring-
second choice.
Can you bring other objects, or is it just your physical body? Like, if you teleport, are you now naked? Like, can you not bring clothes?
I feel like I could, okay, if I am a master at this because it's my own power, right? Maybe I
Sure.
can like grab someone else as long as I'm holding them, then they come with me. That's
I
how I
see.
think teleportation works. And
Yeah,
my
that'd
clothes
be
are going to stay with me because otherwise I'm never teleporting.
I don't know. I mean, like,
You could-
maybe you're.
I have to have a super suit.
You teleport to
can-
the fridge or something.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
like you put clothes in a random spot. Let's say you want to teleport to Mexico. You got clothes that are just kind of hanging there, and you teleport into the clothes.
Then I got to perfect the art of like dressing super fast. Oh my God, no.
No. Like you teleport to the exact location to where, like, if you hold your arms out and everything, you just are in those clothes now. I mean, I guess you're wearing
Yeah.
2 pairs of clothes, but no, you left your old clothes behind. So we're good.
No, my power
Complicated.
includes my clothes because it's touching me. So
Yeah. Way better.
So teleportation is a pretty interesting one. So like there's the idea that like is the person who gets teleported the same person who comes out of the teleportation? Like is it like disassembling all your molecules and then reforming them
Oh.
to the other side?
Well,
Is that
Megan is
truly
such
you?
a master at teleportation that she can bring clothes. So I would think that she could bring like
Yeah.
her memories and
Or
her
maybe-
experience. And
You like the person on the other side might have all
Mm-hmm.
the memories and all the things that make Megan. It's just would she be herself, like consciously in that aspect of it all? Like
Yeah.
that's just like that's like a Star Trek thing,
Yeah.
altogether. But which I've never watched, but
spoiler.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
This is because like teleportation is almost realistic. I think like with the way physics work. At least I feel like I've watched some video on this, and then there is that question Chung Sing brought up, like, would you die or would you be the same person on the other side? And no one will ever know.
Yeah, that's kind of like I mean, when I took some philosophy classes in college, that's basically what they talked about, like Theseus' ship and stuff. Like, are you the same person? And even though if you took all the initial parts and built a new ship out of it, or are you the original one? That's like the brand new one.
I feel like I'd have to train my mind. And since I'm picking this, I'm going to be okay.
Sure, whatever. You can have whatever you want.
You can teleport, but you die.
Yeah, you're not yourself.
That's the downside.
Yeah.
I mean, you would still be on the other side. It's just it
Mhm.
might not be you.
What a great
That would be a
superpower.
cool one. That's my catch. I'd change into someone else.
Well, Cargo, it gave you some time to think.
Oh, I've been thinking. Are
Are you
Don't
still
worry.
thinking about it?
No. I've chosen. So I'm gonna do the wish for more wishes card, and I'm
Oh my
gonna
God.
say that I have the superpower to learn other powers, but I can't master them. That's the catch. So if I were to teleport, I would lose my clothes. Were I to fly, it would be so much more strenuous on me. I forget what Coach's was.
What if
What was yours?
Time travel.
Oh, I can only go forward in time. I can't go backwards.
Yeah, so
what if time
you have a
travel?
bunch of-
What if for time travel, or what if for teleportation, instead of losing all your clothes, you just die? or, or what if instead of flying, you can just jump really high?
I mean, that's kind of what flying is. You're just jumping. And then,
A
Is
long
that what
distance.
flying is?
yeah, long distance.
I don't know if that's
don't know,
really
yeah.
what flying is.
You're like discount Superman.
Well,
basically.
Yeah.
Superman, when he first was developed, he could only jump long distance. Then he perfected it to flying. Fun fact about Superman.
I mean,
He
that
was
is
a
true.
jumper. Yeah.
The general store Superman.
If you have
I
super
just
strength,
like want to know what, because they obviously had some meeting, right, where they brought this Superman character who
Oh,
could
he
jump
had some
really
weird-
far. and then they just brainstormed. They're like, guys, this is not gonna work.
He used to
This is
have a
not
mini
cool.
Superman that would pop out of his hand and do battles for him, but they're like, that's not popular, so let's get rid of that one and just give him heat vision or something, you know?
So I'm not an expert on Superman lore, but like I'm pretty sure the reason why they made him so he can fly is because they didn't want to animate the fact that he jumped all
Yeah.
the time, and they just wanted him to just stick out his arm and him flying. And
Really?
that's so much
That's
easier.
the reason?
That
Yeah.
would be easier.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
pretty sure that's why. So like, say Cargo, you had super strength. Would you just
Sure.
break all your bones in your body when you try to lift something?
Yeah, like the Rock Lee effect.
Yeah.
Super strong, but I end up tearing myself to pieces.
The 8th gate.
Wait, so why do you want this superpower?
I feel like I would be able to adapt to whatever situation I'm in. Like say I'm like in a car crash or whatever, and like there's a car that's like on top of my leg. I could like super strength my leg and kick the car off.
That would be cool.
I don't know.
But what if
feel
you
like-
you never learned that ability?
Oh, so you're kind of like
Ooh.
Rogue. Like would you be able to like touch somebody else's power and like take it for a little bit of time? Because then you're just Rogue. Because she doesn't master it. She just like takes their best quality.
Let's
I don't
say
know.
that Cargo knows who Rogue is.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's from
And I-
the That's her ability, basically.
yeah. See, so do I have to touch them, or can I just like?
Well, that's
think of
her
them,
power. She
or-
gets to touch them. Maybe you just learn it. Like you see it and you're like, I want that.
Maybe
and
I
then
can
you
just
get it.
brainstorm it and then I just do it.
So
Maybe
this,
I'm
is
Oh,
just
yeah.
that good.
so this is under the assumption that we live in a world with actual superpowers that you can learn from, right?
I mean, maybe I'm just that good. Maybe I don't need superpowers.
So you just
to-
learn them on your own.
Yeah, I'm just,
It's a
Like
that
superpower
good.
that's not really a superpower.
It would be cool if I could teleport, and then you can just do it.
Yeah.
my superpower is brainstorming superpowers.
Really smart.
Yep, that's me.
Well, that's pretty interesting, I guess. Well, I don't know if we have anything else we can bring up for this topic. I think we found out some interesting things about what superpowers each of us should have or want to have, and all the downsides that could come with it in terms of all
Rock
the
Lee.
breaking your bones, theoretically maybe dying. Who knows? Yeah, we can move on to our next topic. Our next topic is, do you guys remember your dreams, and do you guys have any memorable dreams that you want to bring up, and what happened in them, and are they reoccurring dreams? Do you have them often, or what's going on with them? Anyone want to start with that?
So
no.
I could start by saying that I unfortunately do not remember my dreams, but if I did, I feel like they would be superhero dreams. And if I had a dream about superheroes, I feel like one of my dreams would be being able to come up with whatever superpower I wanted. So full
Keep
circle.
dreaming.
Yeah.
So,
So-
are you aware that you even dream at all?
No, okay, so I definitely like wake up and I can like recall things that have happened in my dreams, but 5 minutes go by and I don't remember them. So if you told me to recall some things that have happened in my dreams, I literally would not be able to tell you.
So like I have a fairly similar problem for most of my dreams. So like I don't remember most of the dreams when I wake up. Like I might remember for the first 10 minutes and then I'll forget. I'm like 30 minutes on. There's been a few dreams in my life where it's like I wake up and I'm like, that was wild. I'm gonna remember that, and then I remember a lot of it later on. And there's been a few times where I like wake up and like I'm like, holy shit, that was crazy. I want to write this down, and then I write it down on my phone. So like I've had random dreams about like one time I had a dream where I was like nothing that I wrote down made any sense. Like reading back to it, it's like it's all messed up stuff. So I like there's a friend of mine from high school. We had a food fight war in Hy-Vee, which is like a Midwest grocery store, and then there was like I tried to talk to a girl or something, and then I tried to pick up a girl, and then I woke up and I was like, what the
food
hell?
fighting, picking up girls.
Yeah, that's how my dreams go. Like they're just kind of off the wall crazy, and they have like no real flow whatsoever. Yeah, I have like a few more written down of just random stuff like me enjoying K-pop or playing Melee in college, or
Oh, really?
like there's also like been dreams where I'm like just like in a story, I'm just watching the story play out. Like there's like a female protagonist who's on a journey to a capital, and then there's a protagonist with magic and all this weird stuff. So it's like I can't really. The dreams are kind of just wild.
So I was gonna say there is kind of a caveat to my like unremembrance of my dreams. That there have been times like where I'll wake up and I'll kind of do the same thing as you, where I'll be like, "Holy crap, that was amazing! I should like remember this," and then I'll go back to sleep like in 3 or 4 minutes or whatever, and then I can continue the same dream. Like as long as I continually think about it, I can go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool when that happens.
But like if I woke up and like say I like took a shower or something, like if I do something else besides literally think about it and go back to bed, then it's gone for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
you go ahead, Danny.
I was gonna say I kind of want to jump on that and derail us a little. Have you guys ever died in your dreams?
Yeah.
What happened? Because I remember vividly. I had this one dream where I don't know what the hell was going on, but I was like in a race car or something, and then I just came up to an intersection and crashed, right? And then it was like my dream went to like third person, and I saw the car explode, and there were like fireworks, and I just turned black.
Fireworks. Congratulations, you died.
Yeah, it was like creepy, and I feel like I didn't wake up for a couple seconds. I'm like, wait, I died. I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming.
That's crazy.
So I can't recall any dreams where I've specifically died, but I have had dreams where like I've had that like falling sensation that like is fairly common, where it's just like, and then I'm jolted awake in the in the middle of the night, and I'm like just like breathing really hard and my heart's pounding. But yeah, that's basically all. I mean, I don't remember ever dying in any of my dreams.
I feel like the ones that I've died in, sorry, Megan, if you were going to talk, I was going to say, I feel like the ones that I've died in are always like weather related. Like it's either like a tornado or a hurricane or something.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you're recalling more than you let on, Cargo. Just like,
well, I mean, it's kind of jogging my memory.
Those are nightmares. Those aren't dreams.
Ooh, I can remember my nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually interesting that you bring that up. And I don't know what this means about me, but I feel like maybe a couple times a year I have dreams about like scary things happening, and there's always tornadoes. So I'll have to look up what that actually means.
So that actually is kind of interesting, where like there's one dream in particular that I remember from my childhood, where it was like my apartment from when I was a kid was like raided by monsters, and I was just watching it from like my garage area rooftop, and I was just going like, what the hell is happening? I'm pretty sure that was a nightmare, but like it was pretty spooky. And then I like went inside and tried to explore, and then it was just pretty terrifying as a small child. How about you, Megan? Do you have any dreams?
Nightmares or dreams? Well, dreams, I remember my dreams pretty vividly. And they're always like, I'm always really calm in my dreams, which I feel like in real life, if I was living like what that dream was, I wouldn't be so like calm-headed and like yes. But I don't know if it's like because I can control my dreams, or once I realize I'm dreaming, it like starts to slip away from me. And then like I always have dreams where I'm in water and I'm holding my breath in my sleep, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, or I think I can breathe underwater, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, like I almost suffocated myself in my sleep because I wasn't breathing. And then nightmares, it's pretty interesting. So my nephew, he's 4, and he has a recurring dream of like Cookie Monster eating him, and I don't know what that is, but that's like an actually common theme in children. Like if they have that dream where like Cookie Monster all of a sudden it's like eating them.
I want to know more. Is it like the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street?
Yeah, What other Cookie Monster do you
I don't
know?
I was thinking maybe like some monster under the bed he thinks is the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, no, my sister used to tell me that there were like witches in our closet and then like spiders in our carpet. So I remember being like little and seeing like our carpet in my like disillusioned vision at night, like moving, and be like, oh my god, there's spiders. Not sleeping well. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
Oh, wait, so
go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, did you say that you can control your dreams?
Sometimes if I realize I'm dreaming, like if I rationally think like this is bizarre, then I'm like, oh, I'm definitely dreaming. And then it starts to slip away, and like my dream tries to like change scenery. Because you ever have those dreams where it's like you're at school, but all of a sudden it cuts to your kitchen and you're in your house, or like you're on like a playground or something. Like the scenery changes, and then like I'm convinced I'm not dreaming again, kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's really cool. Whenever I realize I'm dreaming, I always wake up.
Yeah, same.
And then I guess like the only real instance I've had of like being able to control my dreams is as I'm falling asleep. If I'm like creating a story in my head, sometimes that'll transition into a dream. I can't remember anything specific, but I know I've had that happen to me.
Coach, were you one of the people who said that you can kind of think about your dream and then go back to bed and continue it?
Yeah.
So like I can do that, but then I can also think of what should happen in the dream, and then sometimes that will actually happen.
That's
So
cool.
it's kind of what you were saying. I don't know. Too bad I can't remember them after I wake up, though.
I mean, you got.
But I'm the same way. I forget them after like 5 minutes, unless they're like something really crazy
Or it
happens.
jogs your
Like
memory.
I died from a car crash.
Definitely,
That
just
would
gotta
kinda
start
stuck
writing them
with
down.
me.
Yeah.
Gotta start writing down all your dreams, just like the few ones I've written down.
Yeah, but like, do I want to know what I dream?
It's fun to look it up too sometimes, because I feel like I have bizarre dreams. I'm always telling Danny, like, oh my God, all right, here's this great long detail of like a 2-minute dream, but I'm going to tell you everything I saw kind of thing. And then I look it up and it's like, oh, I don't know, personality, like stuff. I'm like, oh, great.
Lame.
Yeah.
Well, like, I wonder if you could like track your dreams to like things that have happened in your life, like if they're really indicative of things that are going on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure.
So since you remember your dreams so well, Megan,
Yep.
do you ever think that they just make no damn sense?
I always think that. I don't know, because you have this split sense of like people think like, oh, your dreams are your subconscious telling you something, or you have that, no, your dreams aren't interesting as you think they are. It's just interesting to you, but if you tell other people, they're not going to care kind of thing, because dreams are supposed to be bizarre. But I don't know. I think sometimes they could be telling you things, but then I also think like they're supposed to be so bizarre so that your mind knows that you're sleeping. You know what I mean? So you can like determine what's real and what's fake, like your reality versus like your unconscious kind of. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess what we learned from this is that Sesame is really just a way to terrify all our children and
Yes.
make them scared of Cookie Monsters.
I love how you said just Sesame and not Sesame
Yeah.
Street.
I was like,
Right.
what the?
Sesame,
Like Sesame
oil.
Chicken. Like,
Yeah.
what are you trying to do,
Terrifying.
kids?
Hey man, Sesame Chicken's good.
Oh yeah.
I had it yesterday.
So, yeah, dreams weird. Who knows what's happening? Who knows what happens in them? It's wild that you remember yours, Megan. I guess we can move on
Drink
to
water before bed. That helps. Drink a shit ton of water. That's my advice. You'll remember your crazy dream.
I've done that for the longest time, and I don't really remember most of my dreams. So
Do you wake up to go pee in the middle of the night? Because then you'll remember them.
Really? I mean, maybe you
Well,
get.
think about it. If you fall back into your sleep, like if you wake up and you're like, wow, that dream is crazy, and you can remember it for 5 seconds. All right, you're peeing, you're thinking about your dream, go back to sleep. You still remember your dream? Maybe. I don't know.
No, I feel like
There's some
sometimes that
science.
happens. I wake up, I go pee, and I come back to bed, and that dream's just gone.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
well, that's a good thing for next time. Try to drink a lot of water before you go to bed, and see if you guys remember your dream next week. For our next topic, I'd like to just talk about if you guys got a tattoo, if you guys want a tattoo, what would that tattoo be of? And do you guys even want a tattoo? Or like, would you guys just cover yourself filthily with tattoos?
All right. So, funnily enough, I was actually talking to Megan about this topic pretty recently, and
Today.
yeah, maybe may or may not have been today. And I feel like I'm someone. I definitely don't ever want a tattoo, and I don't really know why. I think it's like I don't want anything on my body that's permanent, and I know you can get tattoos removed, but I guess it's just kind of it dissuades me from ever getting one. And it's not like I dislike people who have tattoos, but I think it could be a turnoff. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
And I disagree. I think tattoos are great, and I think I like talking to people who have tattoos because they always have a good reason. Or even if they don't, I feel like you get people talking about like why. They're like, oh, I was drunk and I got this tattoo. Like that's a good story. Or like, oh, my grandmother had like the same tattoo or something. Like, you know, like people have reasons why they do that. And even if it is like a silly, like, oh, I was 18 and I got it just to be rebellious, who knows? I still think it's like, it's meaningful because they're committed to it. You know?
Sounds to me like you want a tattoo, Megan. What do you want?
I do want a tattoo. I think I would get a tattoo 100% if I wasn't so indecisive. I think that is my downfall. Is like,
Same.
yeah, like I'll write down my ideas or I'll sketch out like, ooh, maybe I want this. And I come back to it like a year from now or whatever. And then I'm like, did I outgrow this idea? I don't know. Like, so, and then it's like, where would you get it? I don't know. But I'm for tattoos and I think tattoos look cool.
Yeah, I think regret is a big fear when getting a tattoo.
But I don't even think I would regret it. I think it would be like, because then it's a part of your story. Even if you hated it,
sure.
It's like, oh, at a time I liked this. So even if you got a terrible tattoo, you know what I mean?
Maybe it's like you got a butterfly, but you wished you got a dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like if you had like the sense of mind to be like, yeah, this tattoo looks pretty dumb, but 5 years ago when I got it, like I thought it looked pretty cool, so it's cool to me or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason for tattoos, right? Like permanent tattoos, at least. Like you're like writing down that point of your life. Like even if you regret it later, it's still a point of your life. So it's like having like that hesitancy. It kind of feels to me like you shouldn't have a tattoo, I guess. Or
Sure.
yeah.
Or it's a reminder of like who you were at that time. You could think about it that way. Because like think of like who you were 5 years ago or even 10 years ago could be completely different. But if you have a tattoo, then you're like, oh yes, this is who I was then. Look how much I've grown. Or you're the same person.
Well, see, it's kind of interesting because I was just about to say, like, if I got a tattoo 5 years ago, like to me now, I'd probably think it's really stupid, but like I kind of like the same things now that I did 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
I would probably like whatever I had gotten back then. But I'm in the same boat as you. The only reason I haven't gotten one is because I don't know what I would get. But kind of following that same logic, like I'd probably like whatever I end up getting.
There you go. I have an idea for you.
What's up?
A pickup truck.
I knew you were gonna say that. God damn it.
It'd match you so well. And you probably would never regret that.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh man.
Where would you get it? Where would you get a pickup truck tattoo? Like
I'd go down south.
No, I meant on your body, like
on
on
my
your
body.
ankle.
I still interpreted that as down south on your body.
Down south. Oh my god. Shut up, Chunks. You
gotta have like the tail lights on your back and then like the front part of the truck on your chest area.
On my back. No, it's definitely the butt cheeks.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna go any further. But yeah, no, I would get a tattoo. I don't know what I would get, but
yeah, I guess Megan did bring up a good thing. Like, where would you want to have a tattoo?
Yeah, I was trying to answer that too, but I didn't have an answer. That's why I didn't bring it up.
I mean,
so like, I feel like, so I think it depends on where you work, right? Because like, I feel like some work communities kind of, I mean, they probably frown on tattoos. Because like I know a couple of people that I used to be friends with, like they're required to cover them up or whatever, right? Like you have to wear long sleeves if you have tattoos on your arms. So I don't know. Like I probably wouldn't get them like on my chest. I feel like chest tattoos kind of look dumb unless you're ripped. And spoiler, I'm not ripped. So I'd probably get one like on my shoulder, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shoulder?
I think shoulder's a good spot.
I think
it also depends on the size.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys are definitely making me feel more okay about tattoos.
After one conversation?
Yeah. And I tell him, get a tattoo, and he's like, no.
Well, it's now, I could see it if it's like something, this is a good reason, right? Like something significant that I would want a tattoo for. So let's say, I don't even know. I have this point in my life where I have a bunch of good friends, and then we all have to go our separate ways, but we're still friends. We just can't really stay in contact, and we all get tattoos or something together. Like, sure, I would do that.
Wait, are you guys getting matching tattoos? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
I would do that.
Maybe we just all get tattoos.
Wait, so when we take our trip to Canada or wherever we go, once Corona's over, we should get tattoos.
That's a good plan. All
right,
Danny. Wait, you gotta
keep it on the back burner.
I would absolutely do that. But yeah, okay. So like what would we get? What do we get?
A
Do we get, like,
butterfly.
the Melee Shine symbol? Do we get like the
Oh,
League
yeah.
of Legends?
No,
Like-
Cargo, that's what Danny said years ago. I asked him if he ever got
I
a
did.
tattoo. You did. You said you would get get the symbol just because you're like, that meant a lot to me. So, and that makes sense. Like, to get a tattoo that means something to you.
But like
you know?
also it's like a blue hexagon. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
ambiguous if you don't know what it is. Like you
Yeah.
don't get skull and crossbones and be like, oh, I'm so edgy, and I don't know. But yeah, I would totally do that.
Look at my blue hexagon.
Yeah.
I guess like where would be the best spot for a tattoo? You said shoulder, Cargo.
Yeah.
Like that's just, I mean, I'd agree that the shoulder is a good spot for just hiding a tattoo, but like where else would be a good spot for like a small tattoo that's inconspicuous, like a shine?
Wrist.
Wrist?
Wrist,
I feel like
you can see it.
guys do not get wrist tattoos. It might be sexist, but I feel like guys
Like your
don't get wrist
forearm or just your wrist?
like just your wrist.
Okay.
Are you
Basically
thinking
where
like?
you- Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, are you thinking like the tattoo bracelet on your wrist?
No. Like I'm thinking like where you would wear a watch normally if you got one on your wrist,
Oh, you could
like,
hide
at
it.
that location.
Oh.
There was a lot of girls that I knew like in high school and college and stuff that had tattoos like at that specific spot. Because like if you wear like a shirt or whatever, you aren't going to see it. If you wear a coat, you're not going to see it. If you're just walking normally, like you probably won't see it.
You knew girls in high school that had tattoos?
Absolutely.
Their parents signed off.
Dang.
We all know where I went to high school. Well, at least we do.
That
I
is
feel
wild.
like ankle or like calf was kind of popular too.
Or like your ribs, but I heard that's painful.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
I'm kind of with Cargo. Chest tattoos seem hard to pull off.
I think the lower back would be a great one for a butterfly.
Tramp.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Perfect spot for a pickup.
Yeah.
They'll know exactly what you're going for, man.
What's
gotta
the
check out
saying?
your
Like
drum.
business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah. The mullet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. I'm picturing like a tattoo where the front is like a work truck and in the back is like there's people in the back of the truck bed like drinking beers and stuff and it's party in the back.
I love this.
I would literally never, ever, ever do this.
Oh, you know a great spot?
Where?
Shave your head, get a tattoo on your bald head, and then let your hair grow out. It'll always be there, but no one will ever see it.
So if you
If you go
tattoo your
bald.
scalp, does your hair grow?
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I don't know.
Right?
How sure are you?
I feel like that's not like a common tattoo place.
Say, how many
See,
people do
like-
you know doing that?
But I feel like that could be because it's like they're not messing with your hair follicles. They're just like tattooing. You shave yourself to get tattooed wherever you are anyway, and then your hair grows back.
I
Okay.
guess you're right. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Counterpoint. It feels like having a tattoo is usually to like be able, or I guess you usually want to be able to see the tattoo that you have. Now, obviously, if it's on your back, maybe you can't see it, but you have mirrors. If it's on your head and you have hair, what's the point of having a tattoo?
It's
Well,
on
So
your
you can pull
head.
some like crazy magic trick, be like, see my head now,
But
shave your
tattoos,
hair, or take off your wig, and then you got a tattoo.
tattoos are designed for other people to see them though. Like if you get a tattoo on your forearm, it's facing away from you to like the person who's parallel, like viewing you. It's not to you. Like that's how they design it. And like
Yeah, but I would
Yeah.
argue that 99% of people get tattoos for their own sake, not to show
yeah,
off
for other people. But it's weird that like you can't see it if it's on your back. Like you gotta go in the mirror to like check it out or whatever. So
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I just say 99% seems like a lot because there's probably a lot of guys who gets tattoos for their girls
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
and vice versa.
Like if you get it on like your lower like side or whatever, like next to your waist or whatever,
Yeah.
I feel like you don't usually see that. I don't know.
So like there is like I know you guys have hesitancies to get like a permanent one. There is like the option
I
of
don't.
getting well, you don't know what you'd want to have.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
So there is like the option of like getting like a semi-temporary tattoo, semi-permanent. I don't know what they're called exactly, where they like last a couple of weeks. You
Oh
guys
yeah,
can
you
always-
test out your idea.
Yeah, and just test it out, and then if you like it, then get it permanently done.
Nope. If I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
ride or die.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like why even test it? Because at the point it's already there. So it's like let's just do it and get it done.
Or you can just buy.
I could see like
Live with regret
maybe
or non-regret.
but I would kind of just do it.
Yep. Do
Then-
it and live with the
But
consequences.
then you can test tattoos on your face.
Oh yeah, get a forehead tattoo. It was
Pass.
great.
So like
You wake up the next day, you're like, what have I done?
I'm getting like really, really stupid ideas here. What if you had a face tattoo, but okay, so you know, like football players, they wear like the face paint to block light, right? What if instead you got tire tracks like a truck, like in
Oh my
that
gosh.
location?
Like a pickup truck?
Yeah, like a pickup truck.
On your
And
face?
then you had the back and waist pickup truck tattoo.
They'd be matching tattoos.
I feel like this is kind of a thing. Like, I feel like I've heard a
true.
story about something like this.
Cargo, I'm glad you're accepting the pickup truck spirit like that. Thank you.
I gotta roll with the memes. I can't I can't shut it down.
You can't escape.
Also, because like you're not wrong. Like I'm definitely a pickup truck person.
Hey,
like,
you can't just start accepting it now. Like you didn't even know what it was last episode.
I mean, I still don't know what it is, but like, I don't know.
He's becoming self-aware.
Yeah. If you know what a pickup truck person is, you can't be a pickup truck person.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, talked about a lot of different things in this podcast. We learned Sesame Street is screwing up all our children with Cookie Monster nightmares. Superpowers are awful. We should not have them just because there's so many bad side effects. And we'd want to some of us would want a tattoo, but we don't. We were very indecisive. And well, I think that's all we have for time for today. Thank you guys for being here with me today, and thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.